live? Are we doing things? I'm trying to figure this out. Hopefully. Hopefully. Well, where the hell is the sound at? Where's everything at? What are we doing? Everything looks to be a bit of the frozen bug here. Are we live? Are we doing things? Are we cooking? We cooking with hot grease or whatever the gimmick is? I feel like we're live. I feel like we are. Alright, so what's up, y'all? It's your boy Drake41, aka Mr. 4K, aka Drake41. Wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the interview that I have later on today. It's still on. You guys don't have to worry. The interview is still on. I'll do it again in the video with Brian Williams as well, but I definitely want to give him a good shout out, man, because he interviewed, like I did the podcast with him. What was it, last year, I want to say, or maybe earlier this year. I don't even know. 2020 been such a dub for me. It's hard to say when I did it, but it got some good responses. It was right after they announced 2K was going to go with their own developer, their in-house developer, Visual Concepts. And I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I wanted to interview him again because it was just like, my thing was, it was like, what is Ukes doing? Like, I know Ukes ain't just sitting there just not doing nothing, don't have nothing planned, don't have any game set. Like, come on now, like, this is Ukes. Like, they're the top wrestling game developer, you know what I'm saying? So I can't even sit there and feel like they don't have anything in the stash. For me, the one thing I wanted to, like I said before, I wanted to make sure that when I do, have him on the podcast again, which I finally have a name for it now, is Dre's Wrestling Podcast. It might change. I'm pretty sure it will. More than likely it will change. But no, regardless of that, it's basically, for me, I want to make sure that I get you guys, I get the community involved, and I want to make sure that I get your questions. It's your boy Blasi McCoy. What up, yo? I want to make sure I get your guys' questions. Oh, what I'm playing right here, and this is just the computer playing because I can't play this game and talk at the same time, really, and also go over your questions as well. So I just have this playing in the background. This is Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. I'm playing this on my American N64. Yes, I switched a lot of it over to English. You have that option in the game. You can play Japanese Nintendo 64s on American Nintendo 64s. If you want to see how, I have it in the on my YouTube. Just search for it. You can call me Blaze. All right, gotcha. Walk and chew gum. Yeah, I can't do both of those, man. It's either one or the other. I'm too old to be trying two things at once. Oh, man. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Blaze. So yeah, man, like this interview, I have a lot of questions that was submitted on my Twitter, and I'm going to ask as many of these as possible. It's a lot of questions. It's a lot of them. Now, before anything, man, I want to just be completely realistic with you guys. The thing for me is, I know he won't be able to talk too much about what's in the game, features, things like that. Like, I get that, and I'm not even mad about it, but I'm still going to ask these questions. I'm going to attempt or do my very best to get the answers, or as many answers that I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want as much transparency as there can be. I know it's a lot of things that they want to announce for the future, but we want to get, the one thing I want to do is get the community involved, get them interested. I mean, I see, like, on Twitter, it's a lot of people saying, oh, it's not simulation based. It's not simulation based. And it's like, guys, relax. You don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the trailer looked like on their end. I know on my end it looked more realistic than arcadey. And I'm talking about just the movements, the moves, the reversals, things like that. Nobody flying 20 feet in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like no, like nothing too crazy. And I guess other people said it's going to be arcadey because it favors battlegrounds or all stars or something like that. To me, that doesn't even make sense. Just because it favors a type of game doesn't mean it plays like that game. I don't understand how people came to that conclusion. To me, that just seems very, very odd. For me, I think the AEW game, I think it's going to be like what you see on the screen, but sped up. I mean, of course, the computer isn't going to just be standing there for like a good portion of time, but this is the game Kenny Omega was talking about, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. And just the gameplay of it, and just the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? This is a great wrestling game. This came out in 2000. This was a great wrestling game, and I know some people might be looking at it and saying, it doesn't look too great. No, it really is fun. It really is. Only question I have for the AEW game is creation mode. Just hope it's better than 2K. See, that's the thing. You got to remember, guys, is that you were the ones who developed call mode. They're the ones who developed it. So I feel like it's in good hands. I truly do. Like I'm not too worried about that. But I'm pretty sure Brian will be able to possibly go into that a little bit more. What's up, Chosen One? I am giving them the benefit of the doubt. Most of them are heavy gamers, and I think they have tons of creation. I hope. Well, no, you know what? Honestly, they're the best developers for a wrestling game. I have zero worries about how the game will perform. I have zero worries about moves. Honestly, I feel like they're going to be able to go all out with the moves. They're going to be able to put everything they want into it. The one worry that I have, possibly, we heard, I forget where, but that this is a brand new engine. And the thing that worries me about that is, and also Kenny Omega did state, I think somewhere, I can't remember where, but he stated that he wanted it not to be mocapped. He wanted it all animated, just like this game was, all animated. And that takes time. That definitely takes time, even with top tier game developers, man. Like, you got to remember, they've been mocapping for years. So that's something that we gotta be understandable. We have to understand and have to accept if they're going that route, because if it's all animated moves, granted we'll probably have some good moves, but I'm not opposed to them updating the game. It can't be a yearly release. That's the one thing I have to say. It cannot be a yearly release. I don't think we as a community even need a yearly release video game. I don't think we do. I think those type of games get burnt out real quick because they only update little portions of it and that's it. And I don't feel like paying $60 or $70 for a partial updated game. I don't feel like doing that. Only question is all the moves. Yes, we need all the moves. For real. We need all of them, man. Like that's the one thing I can say for sure is the amount of moves that we need have to be atrocious. Like it has to be an abundant amount that makes us sick. That we're going through and it takes us an hour and a half to do a move set because we're like, I could put this on. I could, you know what I'm saying? And it's a bunch of stuff. And there's going to be other things that I want to talk to him about in the video. Now, I was thinking about doing the video live streamed, but I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, like just I think it would be cool to do, but just not yet. I honestly don't think right now would be the best time. What I wanted to do is just have it as a regular podcast, just me and him, edit the video, because It was going to be a video of me and him, but it's like, why you want to look at me and him? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm probably gonna have like gameplay or something in the background, examples of what I'm talking about. So it's going to be the interview today at noon. That's Eastern time. Depending on how long it goes, whatever the case is, then I'm going to start the editing process and adding videos to the audio. So I'm hoping to have the video edited and uploaded to YouTube by I wanna say by 6 or 7 p.m. And yes, the reason why I say that is because the interview can be an hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be 2.5 hours. The first podcast I did with him was 2.5 hours long. Matter of fact, longer than that, because we spoke before we started and after we ended. So it was probably the better part of 3 hours. So it was a lot of video to edit, and in that one, I put like the thumbnail in the video, like here and there and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about doing that this time. It's going to be just straight gameplay, maybe examples of things I'm talking about. But I want to make sure that I get all the questions that I can out to him. But I'm just going to tell you this, guys, from the jump, I want to talk to him about how this whole AEW game came into play. I know he explained it on Twitter, but I just, just to get the full scope of everything and give you guys as much information that can possibly be held. Here's another crazy thing. I don't even have 8,000 subscribers, and I'm getting these interviews. Like, there's not really another YouTuber who is getting these, whose realm is the wrestling game landscape. You're not seeing these other YouTubers who have 300K or a million subscribers, or 500,000. I have 7K and some change. Wait a minute, hold on. How many subscribers I got? I don't know, because it's something I don't really pay attention to. Like, I do this because I enjoy it. Yeah, I got over 7,500 subs. All right, I'm hoping to get at least to 10. Hoping to get to 10, because I got this. Once I get to 8K, once I get to 8,000 subs, I'm gonna do the hot chip challenge, which is gonna be terrible. I don't even want to. There's not even a reason for me to do it. It's really not, but I'm gonna do it because terrible things. Let me see. Let me read what else. Hopefully, an image uploader in the game for sure. Customization is yes. That Blaze, that's definitely something that I am going to express because we need that. That is something that, okay, we have been for the most part spoiled by 2K Uploader. We have been spoiled by it, and honestly, for any, like, even like in the UFC games, we can't do that no more. In the boxing games, we used to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now we're kind of stuck in this mindset of, oh, y'all guys don't have to have the logos in the game. As long as we can upload the logos we need, we're good. And it works properly. As long as we have that, we're wavy. Like, I feel like even in Fire Pro, we got it. So it's like, honestly, that's something that has to be in the game. It has to be in it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They just eliminated Muda. They disrespectful. Let me see. Fire Pro at the moment is the best wrestling game we have available that's done it right. Well, because they service it. That's the thing. They add more to it. It wasn't like it's going to be a yearly release. It's something that they put out and they said, you know what, we're going to add more to. That game came out in 2017. Fire Pro came out in 2017. We got to remember that. Like, that game is about to be 4 years old, and they're still adding to it. And then, not even only that, they gave us the ability to add moves. Like, are you serious? Like, that's why I feel like this AEW game should not be a yearly release. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I feel like yearly releases, we have found out the hard way that it basically makes the game worse and worse and worse as it goes on. because they're not able to put in everything we want, and then they say, oh, it's gonna take a couple of years. It's like, dog, then don't come out with multiple games, man. Just come out with one and work on it, and then once you reach a certain plateau, you're like, all right, let's, that's the last bit of, updates. We're gonna start working on a new one. We got new ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, let AEW age a couple of years or whatever. When they get new matches, new sets, things like that, something where you can add it to the game and say, okay, here's what we have new. Don't just say every year come out with something, it just doesn't work for me. I need them to have way better creations for calls, and also I don't think customizing, goodness, I can't read, actual superstars in the game should take up a creation slot. Yes, I don't think it should either. It should just be each. All right. Here's my perfect creation suite, right? Each in-game wrestler has 4 slots that you can use of their own. They take up 4 slots of their own, and that's it. And calls, we should be able to create as many as we want, as long as we have memory on our consoles to do it. That's simple. We were just talking about this. Yeah, absolutely, right? Ain't nothing you can't do with Fire Pro. That's very true. Fire Pro is a great arcade. What? Fire Pro is a great game for arcade style. It's not really arcade style if you think about it. Customization, amazing, but real sim is what most want. They want to see it like it on TV. Fire Pro is. I'm not gonna say Fire Pro isn't. I'm not gonna say Fire Pro is arcade. It can be arcadey. It can be both. It could be simulation and it could be arcadey. Simulation, I want to say, is based upon the moves you see in the game and what matches you use. If you use a regular one-on-one match, you're not going to see anything crazy. If you don't use the custom moves, you're not going to see anything crazy. It's when you go into the realm of, damn, the MMA guys are dusting off the wrestlers. I think it's based upon the gameplay aspect. So I'm not going to say virtual pro wrestling is arcade. I'm not going to say it's simulation. It's an amalgamation. That's the word of the day. Of both. I'm just going to say that. Virtual Basement will not be a yearly release. They will just be building on it, and it's amazing. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And hopefully I can get a damn interview with them. See, and okay, you know what? For the people that are in here, right? I'm gonna keep. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I don't want to. I'm not burning bridges if I say this, because this is nothing wrong. But last year, no, not last year. Earlier this year. I keep saying last year because 2020 is a dub. When they first created their Twitter account, I think that they were scoping through the community on who was, like, I guess a creator for the wrestling games, and they followed me first. This is before they even got their check. I was like, who are these people? I didn't know who they were, and then I contacted them, went back and forth, and what they wanted to do was to bring up some community creators up to their offices to go over what they can do with the game, and they wanted to bring me up there. And then this whole great catastrophe of the world happened, and yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully they still want to poly with me. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get good up there, because I think they're like in Maine or Vermont or New Hampshire or something like that. I mean, I'm in the Northeast too, so it's like a train ride away. Nothing too crazy. I would go, to be completely honest. Will there be a backstage match like from WWE Here Comes the Pain to the new game? Well, I'm definitely gonna ask him. I'm definitely gonna ask him that. This, like I said, this video I wanted to go over some of the questions. If you have that question, definitely send that to me on Twitter, and do it under the post that I set for the interview. Do it under that post. Don't just send it as a regular question, because I'm only gonna be reading them under the 2 posts that I made on my Twitter. If it's not under those, I'm not going to be able to find it quick enough to ask him. Fire Pro has over 1,000 calls and over 1,000 custom music. Just shows. They care, unlike 2K. Well, okay. here's the thing. 2K is under. Okay, and there's always two sides to a coin, right? 2K is under the WWE thumb, right? WWE is going to decide what's in it, what's not in it. Like they choose. So it's difficult for them because they're under the thumb of somebody else and under the thumb of some, like Visual Concept is under 2K. 2K is under WWE for this game. So it's only so much they can really do, right? And I feel and that's not their fault. I'm pretty sure Visual Concepts, if they really had the time and the freedom, I don't know if they're really wrestling fans as opposed to simulation fans or something like that. I'm not sure because I haven't talked to anybody there. So that's what that is. All right, that was a good win. We're gonna keep this thing going. I'm not gonna stop this. I'm just gonna probably put in another match. I don't know. This is let's do another 4-way. Let's do Corrigan Hall. I don't know who you guys want to see in this match, so I'm just like basically just hold on. I'll just do it like this. 4 people. I'm just gonna put like not random people, but like I don't know if I did this before. Let you guys see who's on here. I don't think I ever did like a wrestling, not a wrestling, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna put some FMW guys. No, we're not gonna do that. Who are we gonna put? We're gonna put Jushin. We're gonna put El Samurai. Or no, we're gonna put Homeboy. We're gonna. Though I did all these. I edited all these guys. The God. Oh yeah, we gotta put the God. Where's Taka? Oh no, we gotta put the God in. Yes, sir. Church. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, we gotta put the God. All right, but I would like to see create an arena for the AEW game. Me too, absolutely. Yeah. So the thing for me is making sure this game can not be a copy and paste or an updated skin of WWE 2K. It should not be that. It should be its own game, but they should also realize what the community is, the way the game can still live if they decide to say, all right, well, you know, we're going to start working on the next one. Because the community keeps the game alive, keeps it interesting, keeps it, you know what I'm saying? Like, keeps it good. Because honestly, when we have seen the community turn on WWE 2K20. The community turned on it so much, right? And the backlash for it was so bad that they literally kept the servers on for a game that came out in 2018. It's about to be 2021. Think about that. We hated 2K20 was so poorly produced, poorly put together, that they were like, all right, man, 2K19, man, we're gonna keep that one. We're gonna keep that one going. 2K19 came out in 2018, October of 2018. It's November of 2020, and it's still going. Think about that. Think about that. Like, the community turned on WWE 2K to where WWE didn't even promote it. They promoted Battlegrounds more than they promoted 2K20 after it came out. And that's a fact. And that's sad. And I feel like with the AEW game, where they have Kenny Omega backing it, someone who's interested in video games and want to make sure it's the best video game. Like, that's like if 2K reached out to Xavier Woods, which I don't even think Xavier Woods is even interested in playing the WWE games. When a wrestler who loves wrestling games don't want to play the game that he's in, that says something. You didn't see a WWE 2K20 tournament on Up Up Down Down. That says a lot. I'm just gonna put that out there. We're gonna start that rumor. Yeah. So with the interview that I'm gonna do today, and it's gonna happen in about less than 2 hours. Less than 2 hours, I'm gonna have this interview. Get your questions over to my Twitter, please. I have 2 posts. Find either one of those posts and put your questions on there, please. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to try to ask all the questions. Edwards, in an interview, said that she used to work on games before she. Yep, I remember. I seen that one. You mean 2K22 LL? Rest in peace, 2K21. Not even, not even made it out, right? And it shouldn't have, to be completely honest. Will there be a Steam Workshop support for arenas and superstars and movesets and entrances for the AEW game? Put these questions on my Twitter, please, please, you gotta put them on my Twitter. But Steam? I don't even know if it's gonna be a PC. Did they say it was PC? I think it is, or maybe it's not. But I'll ask. I'll ask him. You know, is it gonna be on PC? I'll ask him. Aubrey was in mobile gaming for years. Heard that's when she started reffing, and that's when she knew the game was gonna be good. Yeah. But no, like, so. You know what? Another thing is, eventually, if I get the opportunity, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna try to get an interview with Kenny Omega. I'm going to try. You heard me say it. You heard me say it, right? And on my YouTube channel, I have many interviews with wrestling game developers. I have none with wrestlers. None. So I want to possibly, or maybe even Trent. Anybody from AEW I want to get an interview with. So I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna shoot my shot. So, like I said, the one thing I want to do for 2K21 for my YouTube channel is not as many videos. Like, shoot, for the past 2-3 months, I've been putting out 20 to 30 videos a month. I'm gonna stop doing that. They're gonna be more focused on my universe mode videos, my creation videos. It's probably going to be 3, maybe 4 videos a week, which I think is enough right there because my backlog is crazy. You can go for my backlog, but okay, we're not talking about that. We're going to go with the AEW game. So yeah, I want to talk a lot about the questions that you guys have. I want to talk about the features that the game are going to have. I know there's going to be things that he cannot talk about. It's very early. I definitely want to ask him about, is it art? Because I'm seeing a lot of people, and it's worrying when you go over the Twitter community and you see them keep saying it's arcade, and it's like, what did you see in that video that I didn't see, to where you can automatically say it looks arcadey? Like, that's what I'm like trying to figure out here, because where did you guys see that? Like, what made you guys say, like, this is gonna be arcadey? Like, I don't, like, where did you guys see that? Like, was it like a flashing like video, or like some words that say arcade gameplay or something? Like, where did you guys see that? Because almost dropped the controller. Where did you guys see that? Because I did not see that. Like, I'm just a bit befuddled and confused on that one. I don't think it's arcadey. I think the look of it probably has people like, oh man. But come on now, be real as a community, right? That a lot of you are basing what you want out of this game based on what y'all played in WWE 2K. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. That's what it is. I don't think it's like a lot of like what you guys want is what we had already. And I think honestly it's going to, it might set some people back if we don't get everything that we already have, because I feel like the features that we currently have in WWE 2K are the standard now. And I think it's become the standard because the community itself has been able to keep a game alive just based on the features that the game allows us to have. And that also goes with Fire Pro. So I think those two games, 2K19 and Fire Pro, are the standard. That's the standard right there. That's the line. And I feel like the community will get a better game with AEW because they have more freedom. And I think Kenny Omega wants the game to be better than what we have out right now. Now, that's not to say that the wrestling code is going to just be trampled over and forgot about. I'm still going to try to get an interview with them. I am still going to, matter of fact, I'm going to hit them up. I'm going to hit them up later on today and try to get an interview with them, or set something up, maybe for the beginning of the year or whatever, first quarter of 2021. So, I feel like they're sitting back. They're doing their developing. They're setting up their models, game modes, things like that. I feel like they'll be good. I feel like they'll come out with a great product, but we haven't seen anything yet besides the in-game models. So I think it's kind of a situation where maybe, just maybe, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm positive about what they'll do. Maybe the controls. That's another thing too. The control scheme for the AEW game, dog. Listen. As much as I would love, right, to have another game, another wrestling game that's AAA made or produced. Honestly, I can't learn two different controls for two different wrestling games. Like for WWE games, right? Because I don't play 2K20. I know like the reversal being wide, like it's dumb. I feel like the controls need to be customizable to where we can change it any way we want to. To be completely honest, that's what we need in these games. We need to be able to do the button configuration. Because if we can't, like honestly, if we can't do that, don't give us just something set that we have to run with. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. Like please don't do that. Like we don't need that, to be completely honest. It needs to be something to where we're able to customize it the way we want to, the control scheme we want to, and I feel like the community will appreciate that a lot more, and that's something I am definitely going to convey in that interview. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. The last interview I did with them, like I said before, was 2.5 hours long. This one I'm hoping I get some time. I don't expect it to be 2.5 hours. It might. We'll see what happens. But I really feel like it's going to be a very great and in-depth interview. Definitely subscribe if you want to make sure you stay on top of that, because I'm gonna have interviews. I get like the one thing I'm definitely interested in anybody developing a wrestling game. Like when Shannon was starting out with Spot Callers, it's no longer called Spot Callers anymore. The indie wrestling game. He's come up with something different, but I'm gonna have an updated interview with him. I'm definitely gonna get an updated interview with him. I did Gakdal. I did the interview with him with the hardcore wrestling game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get all even the dude who was nonsensing with that Wrestle Sins or whatever. He was nonsensing. Like it was nonsense. I'm gonna say it right now. Matter of fact, we're gonna bury him. He's a clown. First and foremost, this is when I'm gonna get spicy. All right, this is Spicy Dre. Spicy Dre don't come out too much, but he's a clown. That Wrestle Sins dude is a clown. Because I hit him up and I was like, yo, like, let's talk about it. Because the community was getting at him hard. And I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. When everybody was, and even I had my doubts too, but I'm like, maybe we can talk, we can figure it out. We have a video and then we'll see. But he's a clown. He ain't come out with no damn wrestling game. I think it was just to get a boost in views or something. I don't know. And then maybe it worked. But he ain't coming out with nothing. He's a clown. I mean, shout outs to him because he let me use one of his videos, and this was like a minute ago for my AEW universe. But other than that, bruh, yeah, he's a weirdo. I'm not even really worried about what he's doing. I'm not even gonna worry about that. It is what it is. He kind of fooled a good portion of us at the beginning, but I'm gonna, some other YouTubers hit me up and was like, yo, this, and I'm like, alright, I get what you're saying, but let's give dude the benefit of the doubt. Let's figure it out. Let's see. But whatever. It is what it is. What people need to realize is that was not the final product. They still have tons of work to do. People are quick to jump on the hate wagon without understanding how much work is yet to be done. That is a fact, Radcore. That is a fact. So many people were so ready to say, oh, the game doesn't look like, dog, chill. Like it was a trailer. Relax. People are so ready to some fans of wrestling games have like this weird ideology or mindset where it's like they complain about WWE games and this, that, and the third, but then when another one shows up, shows you the trailer, you complain? Like, are you like, dog? Like, there doesn't have to be another wrestling game. You do realize that, right? For the last 5 or 6 years, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it only been like one that we can actually say, that we can actually play. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for the people who want to downplay the trailer or what we can possibly get, man, be quiet. Run into a wall. Let them do what they're doing first and chill. Because honestly, you could just be stuck playing a WWE 2K game and that's it. You're going to complain about an option. Like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we all had to drive Honda Civics, I mean, that would be great because we all have a car, but shoot, we won't have any options. Everything will be the same and everybody will get tired of it real quick. So be happy that there's options. Please, like, don't, like, because with me, like I always said, like, if there's a wrestling game that's coming out, I'm going to buy it. That's not 100% true. Because I didn't get All Stars. I didn't get that, and I didn't get Battlegrounds. I just refused to get it. I didn't even pay for 2K19. 2K sent that to me for free. But of course, they definitely wasn't giving me a free copy of 20. Because they knew what time it was with that one. Boy, I would have started that game, I'd have been like, bruh, I am so happy I didn't buy it. Oh, man, for real. That's true. I was expecting graphics maxed like how NBA 2K20 did for the PS5, but I believe it's still gonna be a good game though. Yo, the graphics don't have to be great, yo. Like, that's what you don't like. A lot of people just feel like just because it looks pretty, it's gonna be a great game. This game that you're seeing right here doesn't look pretty, but damn it, it plays well, and it's solid. And it's still talked about to this day. It came out almost 21 years ago. Think about that. It came out, like, some of you weren't even alive or wasn't even aware of the world when this came out. You understand that? So I would say let them develop it. I have trust in them. They have the director who directed No Mercy. Relax, people. It will be fine. The only thing that I want confirmation, and eventually we will get it, is call mode. Not even call mode, a creation suite in general. These are the same people who hated Fire Pro because of how it looked. Graphics is all they care about, and that's the sad part. Like, do you see how many AAA games look great but play like trash? Like, I don't even understand how people come up with that mindset or that concept. Like, oh, it has to look good in order for me to buy it. Shut up. Like, my goodness, bro. Like, please be all the way quiet. It does not matter how it, I mean, as long as it doesn't look like paper stick figures or like stick figures or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're not going to say, oh, and here's another thing that I was thinking about, right? And this is another thing that I'm going to talk to Brian about, is that what 2K did for many years is that they only allowed 6 people in the ring. And it took a minute before they were able to put 8. And I feel like out the gate, the reason why the graphics might not be on as, and I'm using quotation marks as I say it, on par with how the 2K games look, is because they want to add so much more to what you see in the ring, outside the ring, around the ring. That's what we're going to see. We'll probably see matches that maybe have not been on AEW, or matches that we've seen in wrestling. Mind you, we're possibly getting intergender wrestling. We'll probably get a better hardcore match. We'll probably get better backstage. Think about it, right? Like, let's say if they get Daily's Place as one of the arenas. You know how many backstage segments have been there? Come on, man. Like, these are things I'm going to convey. But let me get back to what I was saying. The reason why the graphics might not be on par, right, is because they want to add more things in and around the ring, which I completely understand, and I like that. Like, let's say for instance, if the graphics aren't as quote unquote good, it's because they can add people around the ring. They can add maybe more features in the ring, better gameplay, better speed, even online. If the graphics are, if there's not as many pixels on each competitor, that means it's easier to handle online, which means it will make online gaming a lot better than what 2K. 2K tries to push the boundaries of how many pixels are on the screen to where the gameplay it just dumbs down and it dies online. And maybe that's something that they want to prevent. So maybe that look that they're going for will help the stability online and the speed of the game and make it perform like it is offline. Just think about that. Because how many people complain about how they can't play a wrestling game online? How many times? How many people complain about the slowdown on NBA 2K? How many people complain about that? The people who complain about that and then complain about how this game looks without really thinking about the reason why, there's a wall for you to run into. Find it. It's calling you. That wall is right there. It's waiting for you. It beckons for you. All right? Just please, like, people got to relax. People have to relax, man. And I'm telling you, when they stop, when they decide to stop and really think about why they're seeing it, why it looks the way they do, even though it's pre-alpha, right? When they decide to say, all right, here's what's a good reason why it looks like this. Oh, okay, I get it now. Come on, guys. Skullbreaker, dog, y'all need those promos, man. Help me out, good brother. If they get Daily's Place backstage would be dope because the Daily Place arena is attached to the football stadium. Yes. And honestly, that should be the best stage in the game, point blank, period. I don't care, honestly. Okay, here's my idea about Daily's Place. Daily's Place should be the best arena. Why you say that? Thank you for asking. They had the best matches. I'm not going to say that. They had the most creative matches in AEW. Point blank, period. They had the most creative ones. They had the bunkhouse stampede, whatever the hell that thing was, with the inner circle and the elite. Imagine if they were able to put that in the game. Come on. What if that would be amazing. If you could fight in the football stadium, stop playing. Also it's a bunch of different stuff to talk about on that. Fortnite, GTA, why not have a free roaming wrestling game? Would be wild. Just saying, that was Wrestling Sins and it was fake. Nah, I don't want an open world wrestling game. It's not needed. I don't think the community. I don't think there's a large enough sect of the community that wants or needs that. I feel like that's not 100% needed. I mean, it would be a cool idea, but the amount of work that goes into it, where it would just eventually bypass even being a wrestling game and it would just be a quote-unquote GTA clone. And I don't know if the community is looking for that. But yeah, Daily's Place, the Sears Center, they definitely need that. It doesn't even have to be actually the Sears Center. I know they can get Daily's Place because the owner of the Jaguars owns AEW, so he could probably give the okay for that. What else? There's not many other different arenas that we necessarily need. I would say for a create an arena feature, if they were to have it, definitely add Tokyo Dome, Corrigan Hall, add an actual gym, a gymnasium, maybe some indie spots, things like that. But once again, that's something that, like, I would love, that I'm going to talk about with Brian Williams. And once again, man, like, he didn't have to do this with me. He knows what I'm going to ask him. I'm pretty sure he knows what the community is going to ask him because I mentioned him in my Twitter post. So I'm pretty sure he's seen some of those questions. In about an hour and a half, we're going to have that interview. You know what I'm saying? What about the mini games from BT? Yes, the mini games, like that would be tough. That Dean Martin, even though Dean Martin died. But listen, if that's your real name, shout out to you. That's actually a great idea. That right there is actually a great idea, even though it has nothing to do with pro wrestling. Like the mini putt game, like that would be hard. That that would be, and you like fight for the BTE champ. Ooh, like that would be a tough unlockable, right? To get the BTE championship, you gotta play through all the AEW mini games and win that, and then you unlock it, and you're able to use it and defend it in wrestling matches. That would be tough. That would be tough. Oh man, but you know what? I mean, for me, it's really simple. Make something to where you can add so much more to it. Don't make it a yearly release. Please don't make it a year. And I'm gonna tell him, like, the community does not want a yearly release. The community is not interested in a yearly release, and I think that AEW Games is not interested in doing that. I don't think they are. I mean, this was Chosen One says. Let me see. Oh no, hold on. Blaze said, hope they have all the Creator Wrestler Arena video moves, maybe. Like you said, at least what we already have on 2K19 and Fire Pro. Yeah, true. Chosen One said, I mean, if it was a game where wrestling or football or basketball or any sport or job could be your job, in like a GTA type of game would be cool, but would make for a lot of playability. Yeah, but come on now, like, how you gonna fit that? That game gonna be 200 gigs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that game is gonna be 200 gigs. I'm not sure about that one. I'd like to see you. I like to see you you can jump off a helicopter, like from Here Comes the Pain. Oh yeah, like when you go to Times Square, and yeah, man, that game was weird. That game was weird, man. But that was my game, yo. Facts. That was definitely my game, yo. Back in the day, I ain't even gonna stunt. That was definitely my joint, man. You couldn't tell me nothing about that game. Real talk, you really couldn't. The only thing you can say is bruh, that game was the truth. Like, I had so much fun playing that game on a regular basis, to where for me anyway, it was like it was just like you get lost in it, because you could do so much. Yo, it'd probably be more than 200 gigabytes. It'd be a large game, and I would hate to have to download. It would take hours. People would be so, oh my goodness, this game takes forever to download, and it's like, oh my goodness, good buddy, like, you just ain't you're never happy. You're never happy. Like, come on, my guy. Like, you gotta relax. Who should be in this? Let's do Brody. Why not? Alright, let's start that one off. We'll run that one for the championship. Servicing a GTA style wrestling game would give people like me nightmares. Yo, listen. Yeah, servicing it would be trash, especially the online aspect of it, bruh. Let's stop talking about that. let's stop. That's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. But no, for real though. Like I said, what I want to see in this game, because I'm able to interview, the game design supervisor, is for the community itself. I just want to get you guys excited about it, to have a little bit of information. I know all the questions he won't be able to answer. I know that. But maybe he'll be able to answer, let's say, out of 100%, even 25% of the questions. That's still more information for us to be excited about, and for something for us to look forward to. And that's what I want to give you guys. I don't want to sit there and say all your questions will be answered. I'm going to ask as many questions as I can, and from there we'll see what's able to be answered. I'll also give, if you guys have like suggestions on what should be in the game, that's also something you could put under my Twitter account as well, under the 2 posts. Don't just at me and ask those questions, please, because if it's not under one of the 2 posts that I made, I am not going to ask it. I'm not. The one thing I'm looking for, right, is the preset movesets. I'm not even going to stunt. Preset movesets. That can actually help, like my guy Righteous. Shout out to my guy Righteous, right? let's say if AEW games decided they're going to do preset move sets to where like wrestlers from around the world who didn't wrestle in AEW, which there are a lot, or even like WWE guys, you know what I'm saying? Boom, we already have the move sets right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the upload limit, the 20 upload limit, trash. Back on the 360 PlayStation 3 days, we were able to upload as many creations as we wanted. As many creations as we wanted. There wasn't a limit. And to even give somebody a limit to how much they can upload is trash. To be completely honest, it's trash and it's stupid. And I hate it. I'm going to drop Chosen One off to Terminator Island. Get him over to Terminator Island. Right there on Golem. There you go. Oh, man. I would like to see different arenas and different backstage areas for the AEW game. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. If you're asking me, do I think that's a good idea? It doesn't necessarily have to be. But the backstage arenas have to be plentiful and they have to be interactive. They don't all have to be serious. They could be silly. Like that. That's another thing that I get annoyed with people saying simulation. Dog, like what rest? To be completely honest, right? There has not been since ever a simulation style WWE product. There hasn't. And I'm talking about Warzone, right? Warzone was arcadey. Attitude was arcadey. The only game that's been like almost more or less simulation, Mayhem, WCW Mayhem. None of the N64 games were 100% simulation. None of them. Because they get goofy on there too. The SmackDown games were goofy. SmackDown versus Raw, I want to say the first one. The first one was more simulation style, and as it went on, it kind of got more loose. The 2K on last gen, not three generations ago, got a little goofy. But honestly, there has not really been a simulation style. So it's like, it kind of confuses me when people ask for something that they never played. Like, if somebody can give me an example in the chat, give me a simulation wrestling game, please. Please, just put it in the comments. Tell me what you think was a simulation wrestling game, and I will tell you why it's not. I would say Power Move Pro Wrestling was simulation. It was super simulation. I like to see a soundtrack from WWE 2007, 2008. What? Why? Just play 2007 and 2008. Why do people always want something that was already seen, like, dog, or that we had? Like, a soundtrack? Honestly, a soundtrack? Like, I don't remember the last time I even cared about a soundtrack on a wrestling game. And maybe some people do. Maybe they like going through the menus or just having the menus on where, you can hear it. Or while you're going through nostalgia. Okay, maybe it's because I have those games still to where it doesn't matter. Like, if I want nostalgia, I could just play it. But do you honestly think, why do you want WWE, like a WWE soundtrack on the AEW game? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to do that. Like, that's not even, I don't even think that's realistic. That even WWE games, I don't think would even do that. They're not going to say, oh, this soundtrack from back in the day, we're going to bring it back. No, they're not going to do that. They're not. And the reason why is everything is really corporate. And they're going to put songs on there that are hot. And record labels are going to say, hey, put this song on here. We'll pay you guys. We'll give you guys some money. Put this song on here. So that's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's one thing that I never really talk about, because the way the music business is, when, like, you think sometimes when they're developing a game, when they're curating their soundtracks, sometimes they say, oh, this will be a good song, but a good portion of the time they develop these relationships with these record labels to where these record labels say, hey, you got this new product coming out, this is a hot song, throw that on, we'll throw a couple dollars at you. There you go. Adding in-game custom music would be nice again. We'll never get that, unfortunately. That boat has come and gone. My suggestion is buy a 360 or a PlayStation 3 and play one of these older wrestling games like I will. Yo, that's what I'm going to do too with ECW for 2K14. I'm going to put all their music back on. I'm going to get like 5 CDs. I got Blink CDs still. Shout outs to me being old. And and I'm gonna burn all their music again and do it again. So that'll be fun. But yeah, man, like for me, I'm not too much worried about soundtracks. Soundtracks do nothing for me, to be completely honest. I'm not really interested in it. It's more or less so generic music for the wrestlers. Because since I know they can't put in actual music, there needs to be more than 10 soundtracks for a call. There needs to be like 15 or maybe even 20. To be completely honest, it has to be a good portion, because I know for me anyway, I'm just gonna turn the music off for a creative wrestler and just pump in their actual music while editing the video. To be completely honest, yeah, I still do that for 360. Absolutely, WCW versus NWO had the best music. Oh, Revenge? No, it didn't. What are you talking about? No, they didn't even have that much music in there. I don't even know what they had available for like create a wrestler, or you just talking about like the menu music? Because I mean, if you're talking about just menu music, then I guess I can understand that. But if you're talking about like options for a created wrestler, you thought. For the community creations, I like to see download counter reset and download available to be removed for the AEW game. Absolutely. We should not have a limit. Oh, you downloaded enough today. You gotta wait 24 hours. What? Oh hell no. You ain't about to tell me I gotta wait to download stuff. Like, who are you? Don't do that. Don't sit there and try to control how much I can download. That sounds crazy. Yeah, it shouldn't be no counter for it. It should just, like on 360. And I keep saying 360. I apologize because I did not have a PS3. Okay, I stopped with a PS2 and jumped over to the green team. Okay. So yeah, for me, let me see. Match music for WCW. Oh, okay, match music. Okay. Since we lying, No Mercy had the best menu music. Yeah, let's start lying. Let's start that trend. Since we out here lying, let me just start. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start that. Thank you, Chosen One. I appreciate that. We're gonna start that one on Twitter. It's gonna be hashtag Since We Lying. And we're gonna say like, this was the best wrestling game. This was the best wrestler. They had multiple 5-star matches. Oh, I'm doing it. Facts. I am doing that. Since We Lying. Alright, I like that. I like that one. You just started something, Chosen One. You're a terrible human being. We're gonna start that rumor. Oh man. We are going to start that one up. But nah, I'm just ready for this interview, man. I'm really happy that once again that he's good to go with this. It's almost about to be 11 o'clock Eastern time, so we're about to have 1 hour. I'm probably gonna eat breakfast, chill for a second, and get this interview cooking, man. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be a well. Oh, Since We Lying, 2K20 is the goat. Oh, I hate you. I can't stand y'all, yo. I cannot stand y'all. This is terrible. We're gonna be some terrible human beings today. Oh my goodness. Since We Lying. Oh, we gonna do that. Oh, we are definitely gonna do that. My Twitter is going to be on fire with Since We Lying hashtags. I am going to, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yo. Oh my goodness. Man. But yeah, what was we talking about? I don't even remember anymore. I don't even remember what we talking about anymore, man. This is crazy. We're going crazy. We gotta relax. Will there be fighting in the crowd? That would be tough. That would be tough to see because there hasn't been a good wrestling game to where fighting in the fans or fighting in the crowd has been fun. Because it really didn't do anything. No, remember, what was it? What was the wrestling game when the fans can hold you? Was that in the WWE game? Or I'm thinking about Def Jam, Fight for New York. It might be Fight for New York I was thinking about. Yeah, yeah. Thick boy, you ain't shit. Oh my goodness, yo. Okay. Let's see what we do. Nothing will be as good as yo, I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Oh my god, I love it. I love it, yo. This is amazing. This is amazing. Yo, oh my goodness. Alright, listen guys, you know what? I'm gonna call it there because y'all doing too much. I can't get it together. Y'all gotta relax. Alright, man. I'm gonna stop it here, man. Yo, this was fun. This was definitely fun. I definitely appreciate y'all for real. Y'all make this fun. That's a fact, yo. That is a fact, yo. Y'all make this fun, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't even know. Oh man, yeah. I hope 2K20 would be better too, man. But I'm about to call it. I've been streaming for about an hour now. I'm about to get some breakfast. About to relax for a second before I start this interview. I also got to go on my Twitter, and that's fixing to go hot on Twitter. Absolutely, I'm a thumbs it up. Yeah, I'm gonna get some breakfast, gonna eat, get all the questions from the Twitter. So if you haven't submitted your question yet, definitely do so because I'm about to go on there and get the questions ready for Brian Williams. But subscribe if you haven't already. I would definitely appreciate that. Turn on notifications when you want to see that video come up. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna promote the hell out of it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, man. Subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, yeah, do all that great stuff, man. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video, which will probably be later on today. Later.